So this is a follow-up detail on the USDCHF analysis we did last week, where we were able to make about, I think, 100 pips on this pair. You can check in the comment section of the previous video where I was able to share with you a step-by-step process on how I took advantage of that move last week. Now, as we head into the new week, what is going to be our plans? Well, if we look at the daily time frame here, we can see how price has been on a bullish trend line after connecting the series of higher lows. As you can see, since the beginning of the year, we were able to identify these higher lows, then connect this point together to give us this resultant bullish trend line. And in addition to this structure I identify here, we're also able to identify this key level at around the 0.95700 area. As we can see, what happened since I think the month of April this year, we saw the breakout of that level here. We saw price came back to become a demand zone for participants in this market in the month of May. And then when we fast forward into the month of June stroke the month of July, this area once again became a demand zone for participants in this market. And during the course of the month of July stroke August, we saw a breakdown retest of this level to push price to the downside to respect that bullish trend line one more time. Following the retest of that bullish trend line in the month of August, we saw our price continue to the upside, after which we saw a significant breakout of that key level at 0.95700, which also shares a confluence with that bearish trend line I was able to identify here on the daily time frame. You can see the bearish trend line here. I think I made an emphasis on this on my previous analysis. And then we saw the outright breakout retest of that key level and the bearish trend line during the later part of August to give us a signal that a bullish momentum is imminent on the USDCHF. So with the current structure we have here, we were able to take advantage of this bullish momentum during the course of last week's trading session. We took advantage of this move right into the 0.98500 550 area last week. And if we look at the structure here, we can see that the area around the 0.98550 area has been a selling niche for participants in this market in the past. Let's go to as far back as the month of July. We saw this area was respected by the sellers to push price to the downside, and right now price is within this zone at this point. So now going into the new week, there are two things I want to be looking forward to from the standpoint, from a technical standpoint. Now, the first scenario is, are we going to be witnessing the strength of the dollar continue to the upside, whereby we're going to be having a breakout of the supply zone, whereby a retest of structure will give us a confirmation to join the rally to the upside. That is one scenario I want to be looking forward to. And the second scenario is this: is price going to respect the zone? That is, we can see how the zone has been a selling niche for participants in this market in the past. Is price going to respect the zone? After which we look out for reversal pattern to join the decline to the downside. And that is the second scenario we're looking forward to. Now let's go back to the breakout of the structure here, where I identified a breakout of this bearish trend line and also the key level at 0.950700 area. And from a technical standpoint, whenever we witness a breakout such as this, we see a significant breakout of structure, we expect price to come back to do a retest of that structure. That is the key level at the 0.95700 area, or probably that bearish trend line, where we will be looking forward to a reversal pattern that is likely to send price going to the upside. So going into the new week, there are two things. Are we going to be seeing this move to the downside this week? That is price coming back down to do a retest of the structure, or are we going to be seeing a trend continuation to the upside from this point? So in order to decipher this, what I want to be doing here is to scale down to a much lower time frame, and let's see how price has been playing out in the last couple of weeks. So if we scale down to the 4 hours time frame, let's zoom into the 4 hours time frame here, and let's see what is happening. So since the breakout of that bearish trend line. Let me show you one more time here on the 4 hours time frame. We saw the breakout retest of this bearish trend line here, and we've been seeing our price has continued to the upside from this point. Now that if we look at what happened during at the beginning of last week trading session here, you can see we were caught within a consolidation phase before price started moving to the upside, hereby respecting this temporary bullish trend line I was able to identify here. You can see our price has consistently respected that bullish trend line. So what I was saying on the daily time frame is that, are we going to be seeing this 0.9800 level respected one more time to push price to the upside? That is the first scenario. Or are we going to be having an outright breakdown of the trend line, which also shares a confluence with that key level at the 0.9800 level, where a retest of structure will give us further confirmation to join the decline back into the structure around the key level and the bearish trend line we identified on the daily time frame. So now, if we look at what is happening here on the 4 hours time frame, we can see what happened during the course of last week trading session. We can see as soon as price got into the 0.98600 area, we saw multiple rejection of that level, giving us a clue into the strength of the sellers at this point. And if you remember what I showed you on the daily time frame, we remember that this area is the supply zone which we identified, and it's very likely that price might likely respect that supply niche one more time. Sellers might have gathered here to push price to the downside. So going into the new week, what I'm looking forward to is if I cite a breakdown of this bullish trend line here, which also shares a confluence with the 0.9800 level, which I identified here, then I want to be looking forward to taking advantage of a bearish momentum after a confirmation, probably a retest on lower time frame or a reversal pattern here. Then I will be joining the decline to the downside with the take profit target somewhere around the key level stroke the bearish trend line we identified on the daily time frame. So we have somewhere around the 0.95700 area and the 0.9500 area as a take profit target zone, which will dovetail to somewhere around 200 to about 250 pips to catch here on the USDCHF. Now, if the other scenario happens, that is, price was unable to break down the 0.980 level, that is, this area now later on becomes a demand zone. If this area now later becomes a demand zone, that is, we see multiple rejection of the zone by the buyers, then a reversal pattern around here could likely be a clue into a possible bullish momentum on this one, with a take profit target around the 1.00 area. So this is what I'm going to be looking forward to this week. Be rest assured, I will be giving you an update on how I plan to take advantage of this move during the early hours of this week, after monitoring how participants in this market is actually going to relate with this level. So once again, I'm expecting either price breaks down this level to push price to the downside. That is one scenario I'm looking forward to. And the other scenario is if price continue to reject the 0.9800 area, we might be looking forward to a bullish potential opportunity on this one. So let's see how price plays out in the beginning of the week. I will be sharing an update in that regard in the comment section of this video as usual. You want to join me on my TradingView platform at Dark Sherry so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally share. If this video has in any way been of immense help in helping you making your individual decision on the USDCHF, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. Thank you as you do so. Thank you for watching this video and hoping to see you on Monday. Bye bye.